Bonjour, and welcome to one of Paris's most popular historical sites, La Place de la Bastille. La Place de la Bastille is home to many interesting sites such as Opera Bastille and the Colonne de Juillet, but we'll get there later. Notice the pink cobblestone on the street. It represents the area where the historic Bastille prison once stood. Let me set the scene. The year is 1789 on July the 14th. After centuries of monarchy ruling France, the citizens have had enough. They raid shops for guns and decide to storm the most noticeable display of the king's abject power, the Bastille prison. Standing over 100 feet tall and built in 1369, the Bastille was equipped with 8 towers, a moat, a drawbridge, and weaponized walls. Holding only 7 political prisoners and hosting a limited guard, the prison hardly stood a chance against the 800-strong revolution. It was a massacre. The Bastille was taken quickly, especially with the help of the royal military that sided with the rebels. They tore the prison to the ground and beheaded the noble in charge of the prison. His head was paraded through the streets as a sign of victory. Thus began the decade-long revolution, which ended in over 28,000 deaths, 16,594 of which were killed by the guillotine. This was called the Reign of Terror. Among the beheaded was the extravagant and ignorant Queen Marie Antoinette, her husband, the useless and selfish King Louis XVI, and even the outspoken revolutionary Robespierre, as the citizens had decided his head had become far too inflated to fit his body. The bloody Reign of Terror ended in the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte I. If there's one thing that's certain about France, it's that they have a lot of revolutions. 30 years after the French Revolution ended, the French revolted again against the second monarchy they introduced. This leads to the history of the Colonne de Juillet, or July column, which is one of the focal points of La Place de la Bastille. The July Revolution of 1830 was 3 days long, the 27th, 28th, and 29th of July, and led to 504 rebels dying and Charles X abdicating and the last king of France, Louis-Philippe I, to rise to the throne. The Colonne de Juillet is a bronze column 171 feet tall. It was erected in 1840 to commemorate the victims of the 1830 July Revolution. All of the victims' names are inscribed on the column, as well as the dates of the revolution. Originally, the base held the graves of the martyrs, but after the 1840 revolution, their bodies were moved to the National Gardens. The now green bronze column is topped by the golden spirit of liberty, which represents the French's drive during the revolution. Now that the history lesson is done, let's look at some of the importance of La Place de la Bastille. Open to everyone, all day, every day. The plaza hosts events such as the Arts Festival during Bastille Day. On July 14th, Bastille Day, or the French Independence Day, is held. Common events to happen on Bastille Day are a grand military parade down the Champs-Élysées beginning at the Arc de Triomphe. There are often arts festivals, like the one at La Place de la Bastille, and people wear colors such as red, white, and blue due to the flag's colors. At night, there are fantastic fireworks at the Tour Eiffel. Home to rich history and a sense of French pride, La Place de la Bastille brings to the top with dramatic stories and a nostalgic magic found nowhere else in France. I hope you've enjoyed your tour of one of Paris's most fascinating monuments. Au revoir!